Hi, 안녕하세요. This is Nares Kimchi. Today we're going to learn how to make Korean potato salad. Korean potato salad is very different from American style that has more sour and salt taste. This is more like mild flavored with just a little bit of sugar added. So let's get to it. Alright, so these are the ingredients. The key ingredients are potato, of course, and carrot, apple, a little bit of onion. I'm using very fancy purple onion, but regular brown onion is fine. And if you can, try to use this cucumber. It looks really weird. It's a Persian cucumber that's very similar to Korean cucumber, and it doesn't have a whole lot of seeds. Like, you could actually eat the whole skin because it's very crunchy. You could use the other one also, but if you can. And plus optional ingredients, green onion and eggs, very important. You do need to have some eggs. I'm going to use maybe about 6. The potatoes I have, it's 1.5 kilo, so it's 3 pounds, and this is probably about a pound or maybe a little less. But it's something you can just measure by heart at some point. All right, for the sauce ingredients, definitely mayonnaise. You need to have some mayonnaise, salt and pepper as usual, a little bit of sugar, and very tiny bit of apple cider vinegar, or just white vinegar is fine too. 3 ingredients need to be steamed. You can microwave these guys. You can microwave these after you crack the eggs also. But I like to steam because I think the texture changes a little bit. So let's get started with carrots. So these carrots, you don't have to do anything. They're small enough, you can just steam like this. And after it's steamed, then we're gonna cut. And potatoes, this one's pretty big. So I'll cut this like this, so it steams fairly evenly, and this one too. Like this. And then we just put them all in the regular steamer here, okay? So these ingredients, they're not gonna cook. They'll all be going into the salad as raw. So onions, because sometimes I'm using red onion, so this is not very spicy. But when you're using brown onion, try to salt cure just a little bit, and that will get rid of a lot of spicy part. So I'm just gonna chop them very small like this. Yep, just like that. And the cucumber, you're just going to trim the edges and slice very thin. Or very thin, meaning maybe 1/8 of an inch. Yep, just losing some slices. The one that got away will go to bacon. He's hoping for something better than just cucumber, but oh well, this is what I have. So these guys are actually, my eyes are already burning from just a little bit of that red onion here. All right, so that's done. I really need to salt cure ASAP to get rid of this paint. So you put a little bit of salt here and tiny bit of vinegar. And this is the only part where we're actually using vinegar. And I'll say like about 1 teaspoon. And you're just gonna mix it and let it set while potatoes and carrots are cooking, okay? The veggies are all boiled, I mean steamed, and the eggs are totally hard boiled too. So I'm going to cut and add to this big bowl before we mix and make the salad. So first, potatoes need to be peeled. I just do it by hand like this. And if you like eating potato skin, you can just use the whole thing as well. So let's say I only wanted half the skin. So I take half, then going to try to cut it thin slice like this. So while mixing, this will actually break. We don't want it mashed like mashed potato, but we do want something with a little bit of chunks in the middle, and some will be actually mashed. And carrots, same thing. These will all go like this, and they will all be mixed all together. Same thing with eggs, but eggs I will wait until the very end because I do like to actually taste the egg yolk instead of egg yolk breaking and spread all over. So these I'll just add after other ingredients are mixed. For apple, just like the potatoes and carrots, you want somewhat of a slice. So let me just take the core out. And slice like this. And you can make it a little bit smaller if you like smaller chunks, but I think this is probably good size. So I will just add the whole apple cut like this and put them all here. This is all the potatoes, carrots, and one apple that I cut and I peeled. And remember these guys, the cucumber and onion and salt and a little bit of vinegar. Then eggs, last people to join the party. So let's start mixing this. The mayonnaise, I will leave that up to you guys. I think this is about 2 kilos of ingredients, and I think it requires about 1 cup of mayonnaise. But if you don't want that much fat, you could always add a little bit less. This is a 1/3 cup. So that's 2/3, and I will add the last 1/3 so I can put whole cup. Then you can put this all go in. The sugar and salt. The sugar, this is what defines Korean potato salad, because it's not sour and very salty like American style. This is more like just a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I'll just eyeball it. 1 and 2. So just a little bit. And because we're not adding any more vinegar, so this sugar will actually feel pretty sweet. Some pepper and salt. Salt, I will also leave it up to you guys. Some people might want it a lot saltier. I'm going to put 1 whole tablespoon. And some of you might actually want to double the amount of salt, because I tend to eat food not too salty. And then we just mix. Now we're going to mix the whole thing. I switched to a wooden ladle for better stability. And this is the only really difficult part, where you actually have to mix it. And as we mix, because potatoes are pretty well cooked, it will break, and that's totally fine with this. And some of you might want a little more texture, and some people might like it more of a mashed potato type. So you just keep, I usually rotate the bowl like this and keep scooping up And as usual, it always ends with scissors. So I will just put some green onion. And green onion, because I actually like the texture and the taste of green onion while chewing. You can actually make them a little bit bigger also. Big, small, however you like. Like this. And this is when the eggs go in. And you can cut them a little bit smaller also. But as you mix one more time, these will break quite a bit also. So you can just mix. Yep, and look at this. It's done. All done. Alright, so let's plate it. I'm putting this in a seafood platter. 1 serving. Big one. This, and a little bit of carrot goes to bacon. And that's it. Alright, so we learned how to make a potato salad and bacon a little bit too. And I hope you guys make it. Very easy to make and very simple. You eat it hot or cold. Bye!